Hello everybody, today we're going to be playing some dooldle empires. So we're going to be starting this, so we're going to just do Brittany, but not Brittany, Britain. And we actually see like this little country we see form, and they are mostly on like this river. And yeah, it's like the Azaleas. I actually don't know what the Azaleas is. Huh. Small split. Okay, this country's already collapsing. We got like a yellow country. I'm feeling like a yellow country. We also got countries. I guess we see like this country. I guess we see this country get split. Okay, we now select the yellow country, who is isolation S2. It's gonna get small for Now we're gonna be selecting the red country, who is pretty weak. They're gonna get another split. Oh my god, the red country is just collapsing. I guess we see like the southern area over here. Eventually the leader is kind of like horrified. Just did not realize, like, wait a minute, we might be cooked! And they are, because there is yet another rebellion, and can the red team make a comeback? Well, sure as hell no. So, I guess I can place. But for the rest of the team is going to make a major decision, because I'm just going to call 3, because why not? The red country is going to now prep their own military to go and plan to fight against these rebellions. And to do that, they built a castle. Fight for red. And that's definitely gonna get them made. We now going here to the yellow team. These large expand is inevitable. However, but they are not gonna. They really like, for some reason they like these. They want to get to the coast. They're not gonna slowly number their way forward. If we pull in right here, they are almost there. I said almost because they're gonna reach it. Nope, unfortunately, no. But they are gonna. Unfortunately, they do lose a lot of money on this. But now selecting the red country once more, they're gonna get a small expand. Now, a pretty popular like military general goes by the name of Oxenus. They first want to fight these smaller rebellions because the yellow country is massive and they want to grow power. Now, following this the march of whatever this river is called, I forgot. They're gonna push in, and yeah. Now, selecting this country, they are gonna get a small expand. They're gonna now slowly push back against the red team, while also making their own like growth. The red team, however, is gonna have a it's gonna have a plan. The red team did not get a medium expand. This is now gonna show how powerful the red team has become. Now selecting the yellow team, will they do anything? They split. So I guess we see like a seed from green country. These areas over here feel neglected, and they will make the decision to rebel. Now the whole point of this is because, well, of course they are. And that's not really gonna sit well. And now the yellow team is kind of like, wait, we just collapsed. It's not good. But now as I said, the great fight. As we said, this country is now there's gonna be a new country, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a Brittany country because, well, I cannot. So we see like a Brittany country over here form. Not that strong, but they definitely do have some power. Whatever these bays are called. Are they a bay? They're definitely bays because they know why they're a sea. Oh, are they? I don't know. Anyways, so yeah, Brittany forms. We actually see something pretty big happening for the red team. The red country, which is actually them getting a capital. So, yeah. I'm just going to call them Ready. And Diana. Okay. I'm okay. I'm good. I'm okay. I'm okay, guys. That was this bounce my head. I'm okay. Okay. Anyways, the red team. Yeah. What are they gonna do? They're gonna do a small expand, and that just swoops. And the new military general is just obliterating these rebellions. It's concerning, and the people have a lot of support of it. And the great march towards the yellow team is a beginning. They will now sign a defensive pact with this country. And the whole point of this is because they want to destroy the yellow team. Both of these guys hate the yellow team. And the yellow team is now going to react from this. By invading the red team, it's really hard for them because the red team has a better army and navy and economy for what's the yellow team. But then, that happened. This happened. The yellow team is like, okay, we might be cooked, so why don't we invade? The yellow team has way better success over here. And now selecting the country over here. Let me get a mid expand. But they will coordinate with the big country with the red team to march towards the capital of the yellow team. Now this is not a capital, but there's definitely about to be one. And concerned, and because their country is slowly falling into anarchy, an order will now be signed. The formation of the cap of something new. Most of these countries are nomadic. That's about to change. The team is also going to start to explore. And possibly the biggest event is them getting a coast. Yeah, that's pretty big. But as I said, the main event, yellow. And the yellow team will now not be nomadic no more. But the teamers fear the country over here expansion. They get a small split. However, does this small split work? Let's see, no. Because they just have to make another capital. And the weird thing that they're doing, this is because, well, they can't really assert control. Anyways, this area is dead. Anyways, the yellow team is now collapsing. Now selecting the yellow team once more. The Age of Unity. Now that's not surprising. Let's expand. This river over here is kind of keeping them away, but they realize that if this area is a lot less shallow, I don't know if it really is, and they now begin to surround. They're now in the outskirts of the capital. This is horrifying for the yellow team, and the capital is officially captured. But it's not over. The red team and the teal team will now fight. They had really good relationships up to this point, but that's changing. Everyone around the world is now going to make the decision. All these countries are now enlist their population. And the teal team will now launch the invasion until the red team. And this incursion is literally going by pixels. It's a picture. I don't really know what the scale would probably be. Probably like 1 picture for every half of a kilometer. So I'm gonna mile. I know there are entire different units. But for the economy to get stronger, the teal team is gonna make the decision to expand down here. As well, that's gonna just give them a massive advantage in the long run. But the red team has the famous leader known as Alex. He's going to become Alex. And a union will be taking place. And the Mesopotamian and the Cord, they are uniting themselves. Yeah, there's not really any countries that they can unite with. Brittany, and of course they're literally at war with this country. The now my team is gonna now push in. Now the new capital of the now I want to mention that this is the new capital of the teal team. It was the capital of the yellow team, but that changed because, well, of course it did. I want to mention that most of if you look at population density, red to blue distance, the red areas would be like this, and maybe that, but the rest are pretty rural. Now starting the red team, aka the old empire. Several rebellions will now begin to form around this area. And the most concerning thing for the red team is that they're going to get yet another rebellion. Over here. But that's not all. The red team isn't going to do that. It's going to unite with the country. And that country is this. And now the red team will now fight the rebellion on their own accord. This rebellion will now up. But now we gotta get this rebellion now pushes in. And the rebellion is like, another team is kind of concerned about what's taking place. A new country. Yeah, we're taking a break. And I'm forming a Dutch country because, well, of course, why not? So if we zoom out from this beautiful world map, I'm going to be starting a Dutch country because, well, I wanted to. A very big a group, a nomadic tribe, a nomadic tribe. I almost said dramatic. And they will now make a landing, and this is the Dutch. They are pretty weak, however, they are gonna now show some pretty good anchors. They're gonna show some strength. We're gonna zoom in on this beautiful world map. Yeah, it's pretty interesting. Of course, we have the War of Succession. That's what we're calling it, the War of Succession. The War of, what should we call this war? The War of Succession. No, not that. The War of the River. We also have, Brittany, who is currently chilling. We have this new Dutch country. And yeah, this little bay over here, I don't know if it's a real bay. Yeah. We now select down to Brittany. The war is still happening, but most of the sides are now taking a break as both leaders are getting qualified. But a union will take place. And the uniting accord is a massive march towards many countries will lead to something huge. Let me explain. Let me just explain. Brittany's now gonna go. Is building up his group. Is now probably has the strongest navy now, and they will now go over to the capital of this country, and they unite. The red team is like, oh. That team's like, oh dear God, and the same leader has just died. This is replaced by his son, and his son is insanely. His bad life is probably brilliant. Bro is now gonna do something that seems pretty dumb. However, we actually now select this country over here, who was pretty. And they're uniting with this country. So going over here, is they are now fearing the red team, and that the new leader has been here. They do must, but this really slow crawling over on to join the video. This guy running over here just wanted a new country, just wanted to have a new country. But anyways, the red team is kind of like pulling in, is now listing tilted. And that's pretty normal for ancient times. This isn't ancient times, this is after the farming, like, revolution. I'm saying that like it's not like a revolution, it's like it's like the industrial revolution. Now we select the Dutch. These guys have not been doing that, were just formed. And these guys are pretty strong. Anyways, so this area, this like massive, yeah, they're gonna, finally we're gonna give them a capital because, well, they need one. Oh, it's not done yet. Oh. Now we're giving them a capital city because, well, of course they do. And I don't know if this is what it's called, we're just gonna be calling it hamster. Hamster. I don't know why I called that. I just want Amsterdam. But now, selecting the old empire. The ultimate collapse is inevitable. The team is gonna know this, and they will now push in. And the best, and they, for the most horrifying event ever, they will now reach the outskirts of this country. This country over here is gonna have a small incursion. But the Brittany is also the Brittany side is focusing on expanding here. Yeah, this is pretty big. Now selecting this country, there are literally only 4 countries left. Oh dear God. Oh, this area gets steamrolled. And now, da beep bop beep bop bop beep bop beep bop beep bop beep bop beep. Rum beep gum geem bum beam gum geem gum geem gum geem gum 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 geem bump geem gum. And the stable landing will now begin, and the red team has now just swapped the sides. They went from probably losing this war, even though it was a union. The union was based on farming. And now that they're neglecting the farmers, the people are no longer accepting a lot of investment. And that begin to, and as this country over here now push, it's kind of, they get a split. And yeah, this open the tables have turned. And several rebellions on this area. Will now begin to form. Eventually, these rebellions will now connect up, and there are all little pockets, but there are even more pockets forming around. It's pretty much the end of an era. And now this country is now, yeah. Now the red team is like, yo, you're my op. And that's because, well, they kind of want to, they want to form a new country. Yeah, this world is weird. So we're forming Cornwalls because why not? So Cornwalls is gonna be just exist now, and they just start steamrolling over here. I like these, like, I like when there's like when they're really thinking. I just like to steamroll that. Like it's like a land territory. Okay, we now select the Dutch. These guys, we now selected the Dutch. We now have in the country of Amsterdam and of Guttenbricks. This little thing over here does not make sense. Both sides of the area are now slowly resuming in. Oh my god, what the hell? The meeting up of this here, the biggest event for the Dutch. Possibly huge for them is them meeting up. The Dutch are profiting or just chilling while the other countries are fighting. And this leads to a lot of countries getting a little concerned, mostly the red country, who is going to send their invasion forces in, and they're kind of all psycho. What the? Oh, that was weird. They kind of are nuts. They hold a massive grudge. Anyways, the green team capital's gone. That. Well, no, it's not really the green team because, well, Brittany. They haven't lost because, wait, Brittany doesn't even have a capital. Yeah, they're too focused on wars. I just noticed that the red team has 3 capitals now. I'm gonna fix that later. I'm gonna fix that after this after the war. Yeah, so what does this even do for the red team? Give them land? Yeah. What else? Economy. And possibly the most concerning event. I'm gonna start them again. Union. This country. Now the weird thing is something horrifying will now take place. Delete. Delete. And well. Delete. All these areas over here. S. Yeah. And even more surprisingly, the old capital, Red Indiana, is replaced by none other than London. I don't know if this is where London actually is, but it's just like in the spot. It's like in this area. So what is up? I'll do a bottle of water. I'm just kidding. I like to drink water. I don't want to mess with this little picture. I want to like think that it's like still like a little outskirts that no one really like is messing with. Probably not true because well, the red team they can't even fight them. So what they're gonna do is they're just gonna expand over here. And yeah, this is sure. So our power has already gone. Sorry about that, sir. I'm sorry about that. So our power has grown. We must implant the naval blockade. Yes, but I'm sure that we should start it now.
Bill?
Yes.
Oh, I need you.
A country that perpetuated the union that almost ended our own country.
If, like this one, or should I try the other one?
This leads to... That was weird. Anyways, the team is strong as heck, and And there are still a little bit of pixels left. And that's for a good reason. What the several of these ports. Biggest port right here will now begin. And now the invasion of Brittany begins. Brittany, and yeah, this would be the finale. I wonder how long we've been doing this for. Only 20 minutes. Oh, dear God. So, Brittany being the country of Brittany, will now decide, well, we're gonna select them, and they're gonna do a union, and they're, interestingly enough, they're uniting with the Dutch. This is, like, unexpected. These guys are kind of like the Southerners. I'm like, what's up? No, he's coming. He's coming. Oh wow. I want da ba ba dee da da our power searches through domination, you know it's so good. The invitation. Marching forward and fear that nothing will fall. Slowly forming, slowly getting a session. Feeling so horrified of control. People around you. Feeling as if something will take place. Something new. Something worse. Something I do not to curse. The London country will now convene with the execution of the order and the order of Oxenus. And this doesn't seem that big. They now begin to expand, and the reason why we're doing this outwards is they just met up with the Dutch areas. I wanted to, but then the assembly will now convene. The creation of something a little weird. A form. Really will now unite. We'll now be uniting with Cornwells. And this will be it for this video. Yeah, this video is huge. This was pretty. This is not over yet because it has been. What? Yeah, so let's zoom in on this beautiful old map. And I hope you guys did enjoy this because it was pretty big. It was, yeah, that was 31 minutes long. Yeah, this is, yeah, and I think I may have found a way to make an episode 2. So yeah. And once again, thank you guys. Firstly, we have to go to YouTube because, well, we had to do something.
Alright, I'll get you purple medicine.
And I want to say, even though we're a small channel, all this comes from a bunch of Russell videos main channel. But I'm gonna say, look at my Doodle Empire videos though. Dear God, this game is fun. Doodle Empire, Doodle Empires. Oh, I guess yeah, I think it's
about the chewing one, Miles.
I haven't uploaded in a bit. The account ones are just why. Are just why. Let's look at that. Adventures of building a house. Yo, I remember that. So yeah, as I'm trying to say, Space probably is the most more popular, but I enjoy actually this one a lot more because the peasant voice John Me is insane. And I want to say, in animation, I'm working on a video about the Big Bang. Discussions about it, and yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and thank you. Also, just thank you. I know I'm ranting, you can click off, but actually minutes are just gonna be about me. That's what I do. And yeah, the next few minutes is basically what I'm trying to say is I am more dedicated on this channel than Fireblaze. It may not seem like this, but I literally am working on like a 2-hour video, and I'm also working on a video about the Big Bang. And yeah, it's kind of hard for me to do. It's not like it's not as hard as some YouTubers. But yeah, I'm also working on I'm also gonna try and maybe make an F mod. The F mod will probably be like a Soul Balls thing because I like Soul Balls. I think maybe I'm thinking about like making one called Entropy, and it's maybe like about like series when everyone was trying to defend Earth series. It's called Entropy. Yeah, I'm actually having good ideas.